Let's not beat around the bush. We know that the yellow zones, the blue zones, they get a little boring, and maybe you're at a situation where you're ready to join the cool club, like me. Someone who specifically and uniquely and explicitly only uses red and black zone dungeons to make their money and gain their fame. You've come to the right video. I'm Oxidized, and I'm going to show you how to prepare and what to expect when you go into red and black zone solo dungeons to either make money or gain fame. Let's start the video. What's up, everyone? Before I talk about what you should and shouldn't be bringing into a red zone or a black zone dungeon, let's talk about some important PvP aspects, okay? So right now I'm in a yellow dungeon because I know I'm safe from being killed by other players, but I can show everything I need to show anyway. So the first thing you need to look at is something called hard flagging, which is this little button you see up here. There we go. You can see it now. You can see up here this little like shield looking thing. It says click to change the hostile. Changing the hostile will allow you to attack all players in PvP enabled regions. They will also be able to attack you. So what's the point of this button? Why would you want to turn this on? You only want to turn this on if you are out for blood. If you are out to get some incredible high octane ganks and maybe steal somebody's stuff, turn it on. Why not? And if you're out and you're trying to mind your business, solo farm some dungeons, get some loot, get some fame, do not turn it on because anyone can attack you, not just other PvP enabled people, right? So if someone is out to get you, they'll have this on and their name will be red, which you can see in this clip I'm about to show now. This game, they do it justice. Oh God, dude. Oh, there's another one. Are you boning me right now? There's another one? Oh my God. Now, wasn't that lovely how all of those people came and attacked me? Yeah, that's kind of what I mean by hard fight. Their names were red and I wasn't, okay? So you don't want to have it on, but they can still attack you. So it's I know it's weird, just don't have it on, okay? Unless you are the one trying to gank, okay? Moving on from that, you look down here by the map. You see a little thing that says number of hostile players in this region. So when it comes to red zones, this is extremely important. Most of the time, when you come into a dungeon, so, all right, so pretend we're in a red zone. We're in a yellow zone, again, just trying to be safe for my sake. So, okay, all right, cool. So you notice out where it's like danger, where it's like out in the open, there are 10 people that are hostile in this region. So it's pretty scary, but I'm in a yellow zone, so nothing to worry about. You go into the dungeon, bada bing, bada boom, and now there's 0, and you can go about your business without having the worry of someone coming and ganking you. Okay, let's say, all right, so why is this important, right? So why is that important? Let's say you're doing your thing, you're getting after, you're getting busy, you're just murking and murdering left and right here. You notice this turns into a 1. That means there is someone in this dungeon that is out to get you, right? That means they came in here and they're looking for blood. You press A, you start teleporting out, right? Once you do that, you teleport out, and once you're out, once you're teleported out, you just hold on, you just come right over here, you press A again, you mount up, and you get the hell out of Dodge, brother. You do not want to stay just because you don't know what they're packing. Especially if you're a new player, you're probably not going to have the better equipment, right? Now, sometimes if you know you're stacked to the brim with good equipment, an extra potion or 2, maybe you want to try to fight the battle. Maybe you can use a boss to help you win the battle, like this clip right now. There we go. There we go. There we go. Oh shit, what happened? Oh no, man, what happened? No, where do you think you're going? Oh no, I should probably hold back too. Ah, man, you see what I did there? That was a pretty slick move. I was pretty excited about that moment, but that doesn't always happen, and you got to be really careful. So now I'm gonna cut. I'm gonna talk about what you should be bringing Oh, hold on. Before I get to that, black zones. Black zones don't have this mechanic, and you are always PvP enabled. So that's the dangerous part of the black zones. You never know when someone's gonna come to gank you when you're inside of a dungeon. Okay, I'm not gonna show that. Just pretend when you're in the black zone area, this is completely gone. You have no info here, and anyone can attack you, and you can attack anyone. Okay, with that being said, let's go talk about what you should be bringing to these red and black zone dungeons. Okay, hello everyone. We are looking at the equipment that I normally bring on in a red zone or a black zone dungeon. So there's a few things I want to point out, okay? First off, we need to bring this into here. I'm zoomed in on purpose so you can really just see my inventory here. So the expert bag, so okay, all right. Let's talk about red zones first. Red zones, you have a little bit of a safety net with that hostile player features. You're able to see if someone's about to come and gank you. So I actually play red zones pretty non-conservatively. So this build right here is my typical red zone build. Tier 6 stuff. There's a tier 5 Muzak, which only reason it's tier 5 is because I'm not high enough mastery or specialization to use a tier 6 yet. You do want to keep tier 4 capes, and I'll get to this in a second. And I brought in a Big Daddy tier 7 Grandmaster broadsword because in a red zone dungeon, you have the ability to escape. You have the ability to have the knowledge to know when you need to get the hell out of there. So I do play a little bit more risky in red zone dungeons. This entire build cost me about, roughly, depends on the day, 1.1 million silver. As you can see, I have about 4 mil, so if I were to die, it would put a pretty good dent in my money, but not enough to make me broke and enough where I could rebuy all this equipment and be okay. But you know, maybe I'd buy something a little bit less. And this includes the mount as well. So going into red zones, I bring in a few things that you wouldn't bring in black zones. I bring in a named cape or a Thetford cape, which I think if you're grinding solo PvE, you should also be wearing a Thetford cape. There's no need to go above tier 4 just because they get really expensive for not that much of an increase in damage. So here you're getting every time you attack, so every 15 seconds when you attack, you release a chain lightning that does 189 magic damage to 4 enemies. So it's just like another AoE, and it's really helpful. It's really useful. I recommend getting this for solo PvE dungeons. I also recommend using, okay, this isn't a really recommendation. This is what I prefer to use. I use a Swift Claw. Swift Claws are extremely fast mounts. So I feel like, but they cost like 150 to 200,000 silver. So they're pretty expensive. However, if you're able to get on this mount, you might have a better chance of getting away. Okay, so I recommend use what you want, but I like Swift Claws. So there you go. Some things that you bring to both red and black zone dungeons is going to be food and potions. So for both of them, for red zones and black zones, I use a bluefin tuna because the tuna gives you 30 minutes of 225% health regeneration for 30 minutes, which I think that was redundant. I apologize. So yeah, it's really good. Oh, as long as you're not in combat. If you're in combat, this effect doesn't work. But as soon as you get out, you'll notice that your health regeneration it just flies to full so fast. So it's really important to have some food with you. I usually take 2 or 3 because I don't have more than 2 or 3, or I don't usually grind for more than an hour and a half before I want to bring all the equipment back to sell or to put in my storage. I also, this was actually a recent change that a viewer gave a recommendation to use is invisibility potions. Invisibility potions, they're a little pricey, but they do exactly what you think they would. They make you invisible for 6 seconds. So what this does allows you to do a couple of things. Allows you to escape or have a better chance of escaping. It also gives you a chance to inspect your target. By inspect, I mean, you click on him. Here, let me zoom out. Hold on. Yeah, so by inspecting, I mean you click on the guy, press inspect, and then you can see all the equipment they are wearing, which will allow you to, like, hey, I can beat this guy, no, I should run, right? So that's the importance of the invisibility potion. I only bring one because if I have to use this and I get to escape, I'm heading back. I'm heading my ass back to town and stocking up again. All right, let's get back into it here. Okay, so now for the black zones. So for black zones, I go way cheaper. Instead of a tier 7 sword, I'm bringing tier 5. I would even recommend bringing tier 4 if you're extremely new, because you'll still be able to get you'll still be able to kill most of your enemies. The bosses, if you run into a purple chest boss, you should still be able to kill it, but if you run into a legendary, you will not be able to kill a legendary boss with tier 4 or maybe even tier 5 gear, because it is just difficult. But that's a very rare it's a very rare occasion, so I recommend just sticking to something cheap. So the reason I say use tier 5 and tier 4 gear is because it is cheap. So to compare it, my red zone build is 1.19 million. My black zone build is 167,000. Right, so if I were to lose all this equipment in a red zone, it would barely put a dent in my silver, right? So and that's why I do it that way. That's why I also use a riding horse, a tier 4 riding horse. It's not a very good mount. It does what it does. It gets you to and fro quicker than walking, but it's only 30 grand, and if you lose it, so be it. You go buy another one. It's expendable, is why it's okay to bring it with you. Swift claws, they're not as expendable, but you know what I mean. Secondly, instead of the Thetford cape, just take a regular adept cape for the max energy and energy regen. The reason you don't want to bring a Thetford cape, again, 80k, it's a pretty steep bargain. You don't really want to bring that with you. I would stick to that. When it comes to your other armor, so my build involves a cloth helmet, a leather jacket, and cloth sandals, as well as a broadsword and a muzak. So I have a broadsword and muzak, and now I decided to use, so if I want to keep grinding fame and I want to get experience in the right armor, I'm still gonna wear a cloth helmet, a leather jacket, and a cloth shoes. Now, am I gonna get the same kind of leveling up if I were to wear the same exact ones? It would be better, right? But look, these are expensive. I mean, these are over 100,000 by themselves. So, I mean, yeah, I was able to buy one of these because they're a little bit cheaper than the sandals. But, you know, the cleric sandals and then the mercenary jacket versus Hellion jacket, again, super expensive. So I went with a diet Hellion jacket that does a similar thing, but still leather. Still gives me that leather experience. And then, yeah, and that's pretty much all it is to it. The most important thing is to just be vigilant. When you're in that dungeon, just know that you could get ganked at any time, so you have to always be on your toes. I hope this video helped out a lot, understanding what you should think about bringing into your dungeons and what to watch out for, and I hope y'all can make a lot of money and a lot of experience doing it. If you like the video, please like, comment, subscribe, helps me out a lot. I love making these. If I keep seeing love, I'll keep bringing the love, baby. Anyways, I'm out here. Y'all have a good one. Real quick, guys, I just wanted to let you know that I do stream on Twitch. As you saw some of the clips in the video, I would really appreciate y'all if y'all stop on by. I've been playing Albion online, and I'm working on finding another game for the stream. But if you have any questions or want to have a good time, please stop on by. I stream every Monday, Wednesday, Friday, Sunday, and sometimes on Saturdays around 7 p.m. Central Standard Time. All right, guys, see y'all later.